Hey, everybody, welcome to episode 36 of Power Bombshells, our very and exciting and first time ever that we've done a Halloween live stream. And we have some guests with us today. And my co host is here, but she has decided that she's gonna do the reveal live on air. So it'll be a surprise for all of us.
All right.
Are
So
we
we're
ready?
live, pal.
We are live.
Are you guys ready for this?
I am. Let's
and in
go.
fairness, I asked Sam. So here we go.
She did.
In 3, 2, blam.
Oh my God.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my gosh. That is incredible.
Did it
I
work out? Yeah.
freaking love it.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh my God. That's fantastic.
I had so much fun being such a dork making this yesterday. You have no idea. This is a total shout out to a good friend of mine, too.
Your friend did an incredible job. Oh my God. It looks
Oh, no, I
amazing.
did all the stuff. I did
Huh.
it in honor of a friend.
Oh, got you. Well, it looks incredible. You
Thank
look
you.
amazing. I
Thank
love it.
you.
I love it so much.
All right.
That is great. Well, we are supposed to have another guest, but he had some technical issues with his power, so I don't
That's
know
okay because
that
Keela
if he
Cash here with us
we do.
from the rap.
Yes, and we're very excited we're always excited to have Keela when she can join us. So we are very glad that you were able to come for our inaugural Halloween live stream today.
It's great to be here. We normally do AEW pay-per-view reviews. Now we get spooky. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, definitely.
Scary. It's
And
so crazy. It's scary.
Then I guess we'll go ahead and introduce. We do have another guest with me. And so since I am broken,
Yay.
I would have to say, Sister Nikki, I knew you'd come. I don't know if you can see.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Trying to get her in there, and we're trying to listen, this temporary hair dye that we got is terrible, and we found this, or it's like that spray crap, and
Yeah,
it's
that's what
awful,
I
and
know.
I'm very sad that it did not come out as good as we thought it would. So sorry, Broken Matt, for not doing you better justice with this crappy Spirit Halloween spray.
Stuff is terrible smelling too.
Oh my God, yeah, we did it. Luckily, we did it outside, but yeah, it smells terrible.
I did what I did was I opened my garage door and I cracked the garage door and opened the back door so the dogs could run in and around, but not anywhere near the thing. And I, went to town on the this thing.
How long did it take you to do all of this?
I don't know, like 6 hours or something. Maybe.
Wow, that's incredible.
But I mean, I was dorking around on Saturday. Like had all planned out in my head. The execution probably, but that's like everything. You know what I mean? From like concept to execution. And I mean, we had to like do a little spirit Halloweening, and I had to get creative with the funny stuff. But Sam, I told you, you say dress up, I get excited.
I'm sorry, I lost you for a second. I was trying to do something with the mic. I heard my name, and
I said, you said let's dress up. I was like,
you did.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, so. Well, and see, originally I had another character that I wanted to do, but then Nikki was like, I don't know that the face paint will come out the way that we want it to the first time. So you're probably going to need some time to practice with it. And then I thought of another character. I don't know if I should say which characters in case if we do a Halloween live stream next year. I was like, I want to give away what I was going to do. And then I was like, Matt Hardy has always been a favorite of mine. We've talked about the premonition that I had about MJF. So I was like, it seemed fitting to go with the Broken Matt character. And then Nikki, and so Nikki was like, well, I can just do like, hold up your arms. She's got come this way. Yep. She's got some Jeff Hardy armbands that we found. And so we're just like, listen, we'll just pay tribute to the brothers Hardy since we've always been big fans of theirs. But yeah, you went all out in my hair over here. I was like, sorry, broken Matt. I was looking, you know what I did? I was looking to see if, because I know a lot of times with action figures, they come out with like things that come like they usually have like whatever props they had. So I was like, there's got to be a broken Matt action figure with like Skarsgård, Vanguard One, and all the mower of lawns and all that. And so I searched and searched and searched online to see if there was anything. And apparently, when he was Woken Matt in WWE, there was supposed to be a thing that came out was him and Bray Wyatt, and it had Woken Matt had all of those things. It had the Vanguard one with his face on it, and it had Skarsgård, and I think it had the mower of lawns with it, but apparently they scrapped it and it never got released. So I was trying to find toy riding lawnmowers. I was trying to find toy boats. I couldn't find anything, but I did find since since my microphone. If you have watched this, if you've watched our show before, you know that my microphone and I have a feud, and we've been in a long running feud pretty much the entire time this this live stream. I mean, this podcast. There we go. If I can get it out, existed. And so I decided that my microphone. So last week at the end of the show, if you watched last week, I got an idea like right as we were going off air, and it was like, I've got to try to make this happen. So you will see my microphone has a bat on it. And that is because Chris Jericho murdered Vanguard One with a baseball bat in the ring. And so I felt fitting that since I was broken Matt, that my microphone needed a bat. And so my microphone came prepared for Halloween as well. I did want to find, I was trying to, if I could, I wanted to find like a Ken Barbie doll, like one of his snazzy jackets to like Les Champion used to have, but I couldn't find anything like that either. So I'm just failing all around over here. But
I disagree. I think it's the effort that matters.
I did put in a lot of effort, even though it doesn't really look like it was trying to get the things together, but Hi Daza, thank you for joining us. Look at Mel's amazing costume that she has. She looks great.
She has horns. I made the horns first.
The horns are so cute. I love the horns.
Seriously like middle school creative on this stuff.
You did.
Like a freaking Goonie or something. It was the best time ever. I had so much fun because I haven't like made a costume probably since I was in junior high or something. You know what I mean?
It's like, that theater background definitely came
like,
out.
I am gonna win that 7th grade costume contest.
You did.
No matter what.
With flying colors,
no one will know what I am. They'll call. You remember when you did the costume contest when you did something like no one knew what it was, so they be like the flying horned goddess lady.
Well, listen, I just have a random white streak in my hair, so
I love it. I didn't want to like overdo it, but then again, I always overdo it.
Well, you didn't overdo. I think you understood the assignment and you went all out and 10 out of 10 no notes.
It would have been 7 stars in the Tokyo.
It sure would have. And then we've got Keela and her amazing spooky Abby. I love it.
I like the spooky Abby.
Thank you. Very heavy makeup, the eyelashes, the little eyeballs in the hair. I like this a lot. So
I love
it's spooky enough.
Yes,
I dig it. I
love it.
I knew you would pick something fun.
It's great. Yes. And then I see that you've got something on your wall back there.
Oh yeah. I've recently had a 20th. My husband and I became the National Marriage Alliance Tag Team Champion, Emerald Anniversary Tag Team Champions on our 20th anniversary. So that's what he got us for our 20th wedding anniversary. Are these emerald hair? So I guess I'm gonna ruin the illusion, so nobody look at my crazy. Thing is here. Okay. All right. Then I have to take the ears out because
Oh my god, that is so amazing. Look at that. I'm so mad that I couldn't find a
Maybe.
broken Matt Hardy robe or thing and had to go with the I was like, well, he wears black shirts sometimes, so we're just gonna do that.
Oh, there we go. Wonderful. It's wonderful. We love reveals here at our show.
Wonderful.
That out. I think it's important to note that this is not some like silly replica belt that you buy at the like party store. This is actually like 6 pounds. It's a real belt. It's on real leather. And let me see if I can show this to everybody. Here we go. Ready? Oh, come on. No glare. No glare.
Oh,
wait, I got it. Hang on.
Oh my gosh. That is so cool. That is amazing.
There we go. So that is the front of it. Get a little close up there of the 20-sided die for the 20th anniversary. And then the side plates are actually pictures of us.
Oh my gosh. We should take take pictures of it and we can put it on the Powerbombshells Instagram.
Yes, but we did kind of hint towards this.
Yes,
so that's like a wedding photo, but
yeah.
So that's this was amazing. That was one of our wedding. That was his wedding present to wedding anniversary present to me.
That's amazing.
I mean,
let's talk about some hashtag relationship goals.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing that we do. Like he helped me put this together. He helped me plan like everything. We love. I would not be like this hardcore if it hadn't been for like knowing him. Because probably back, it was when we started going to Renaissance Festival. Which, if you want to make like. That the distance between a wrestling fan and a Rennie is so short.
Right.
It's like Carney's gonna Carney. So it's my favorite thing. It's like, oh, it just works right into everything I love. So
that's perfect. I love it so much. That's great.
As promised.
Yes. And again, congratulations again on your 20th anniversary. That's very exciting. Good job, you guys. You did it.
This is like scary crap here, guys. Who gets married for 20 years?
Are you discouraging us from having couple goals like that for 20 years?
Right.
We don't get tag team belts?
I'm actually encouraging it. It's just hard work. Like the old timers aren't kidding, man. You got to work hard.
You have to like do that thing where you have to coexist and stuff.
Put in the time. You got to do all the neck bridges.
Okay, so I gotta strengthen my neck first.
The life neck bridges are so important.
I love that. Can they coexist for 20 years?
Oh, well, Josiah's parents have coexisted for nearly 50 years, so they must have very strong necks.
That's my husband's whole life, so I'm gonna I'll jump on their vibe and just ride that wave.
Yeah, for real.
So the key to it. So if anyone was wondering, I know Moxley had a marriage section in his book, but my answer is the key is the neck bridges. So strong neck. Have a strong neck.
I'm gonna tweet that later. And you're gonna be like, "What the hell?"
It's the William Regal strategy.
William would love that joke for so many reasons, and he would pop Excalibur on Dynamite, saying you have a really strong neck.
That's what. Listen, if you really want to get to Man in the Mask, tell him he has a really strong neck.
And I like to open you up like a creme brulee. Like every week, this man tries to hit on Excalibur, and I don't know why.
It's amazing though. Somebody said
they flirt every week, and they don't actually. They don't even flirt. Regal flirts with Excalibur,
who was clearly blushing under his mask.
Yes, and Shivani says, "You need a room. Like I can step aside for you guys if you need to talk about."
The other day, they said Tony and Taz are about to call HR. Listen, they don't have to call HR. It's live on national TV. We all hear it.
Yes, the first 5 minutes of Dynamite every week is that flirtation between those two. I kind of like it.
I do. Yeah, every time they come out, I'm like, wait a minute. We have to be quiet and listen to whatever Regal's about to say.
That's the one time I pay attention to the commentary. Like, what is he going to say to pop Excalibur this week to make him very uncomfortable?
Yes.
And this week was creme brulee.
Yeah, and it made me think of because Nikki and I both I was thinking it right when Nikki said it because My Best Friend's Wedding is one of my favorite movies, and she talks about how she's creme brulee. And Julia Roberts is like, he wants Jello, and so we were joking that Excalibur or Man in the Mask could never be Jello because he is creme brulee.
Death rattle is gonna be creme brulee is not Jello.
Death rattle.
Wow. See what they've done? Amazing.
Oh yeah, Josiah gets the fight feed ad breaks, and so he'll typically or he always tells us in Slack a lot of the things that are being said, and it is so disappointing that the rest of us do not get that because they are so funny all the time. And so Josiah graciously fills us in on what's being on the comedy that is happening during the commercial breaks. When we're getting picture in picture, fight feed is getting getting hilarious commentary.
I appreciate it, and I know it is a thing because I have another friend in across the pond, as they say, and he also sends in our wrestling group occasionally is like quotes that go on during the commercial, and he's like, things you missed while you were watching stupid advertisements, and I'm just like, shut up.
Josiah, look, he's helping us out right now. I'll show you. So he's telling us about how Tyson, they don't like the loving couples on TV, and yeah, because I heard them say, I think it was somebody the other night. I think it was JR, and he's like, "What is this? Bring your husband to work hour?" Because Ty had Sammy and who else had their who else was out there with her husband? It wasn't Penelope because she's injured. It was no, I don't think it was I don't remember who it was now, but he was like complaining about it being bring your husband to work day. Well, at least Excalibur loves his.
We're like, nerd. You love your wife? What's wrong with you?
How dare you love your wife?
How dare you love
you actually like each other?
Damn you, Man in the Mask. You're not supposed to. You love William Regal.
We actually get that a lot because we hang out. So it's one of these things where it's like, because I mean, there's that general stereotype of marriage, and so people do the thing and whatever. And I mean, Bob will be at work sometimes, and he's just like, I don't know what to tell you. I like my wife. We hang out. We do stuff. We went to the pub. We had fun. I helped her build a Liger costume this weekend.
You tell him that that your co-host said #relationship goals, and so he can tell that to the people at work who hate their spouses. Listen, not all of us are Tony Schiavone and Lois, who sometimes he I don't know how much. I was like, does he like her? Because it doesn't seem that way sometimes. Wow. All right. Well, I guess we should get to some. Oh, wait, hang on. Josiah's got some more for us.
So it goes back and forth.
Yeah, definitely. I was like, I guess maybe we should be reading this for the audio people, but we already warned the audio people for 3 weeks that they needed to be coming to watch the visual version of this show. So anyway, if you're being a rebel and you're listening and instead of watching this, Josiah is in the comments telling us about how the commentary team acts like they don't love their wives except for Excalibur. Who does?
And we're not going to read it off to you because you need to come watch it on the YouTube and subscribe because we're all here. Keela's on the Fight Game Media YouTube. We're on Fight Game YouTube.
Yes,
it's just come on. It just makes sense.
Make some effort and come over here and watch this.
Plus, you're missing. I mean, we're going to make references to things that you just can't see.
Okay, so we have an update.
I would like to a little tiny bit of a apology is that I didn't get out the audio version of 34 or 35 because life, and so that one will just get skipped, and you'll be listening to this having no idea. And I'll
Well, and
drop.
then if we, like we said before, that if we get any super caches on these things, then that's what we're going to put the money towards. We're going to get a subscription to the podcast so that we can put all of them and not have to rotate them out.
All right.
Okay, so James said that he is working on it. He will try to come if he can. So
Well,
we may have a guest, another guest popping up soon.
Yeah,
If
we'll
not,
let you know.
we'll it'll just be the four of us talking and Josiah talking about
Providing transcripts.
commentary. Yes, providing. Yeah, exactly. We'll just start having to read these then. All right. I guess while we are waiting, we will go ahead and make this a little bit more like Halloween because we've talked about our costumes and relationship goals with a belt. So now we will ask Keela what her favorite Halloween / scary movie is.
Ooh, well, it's the title of this show. What's your favorite scary movie? It's Scream, the entire series.
Yes.
I kind of sort of acknowledge the third movie, even though it's not very good. But after that, it's better. 4 and 5 are good. I don't know about 6 because you have the audacity not to have Nev Campbell in your movie because you don't want to pay her, which is stupid.
Nikki and I were just talking about that yesterday.
Hey, I mean, just
pay her.
People.
Pay the woman.
Pay her.
I mean,
she's your entire series. That's like not paying Michael Myers. What the hell are you doing?
Exactly. And that's happened too. Stop.
Yeah, I was like, this is ridiculous. We actually have not seen we haven't seen Scream 5 yet because we thought we were getting it with Paramount Plus, and then they were like, oh no, you have to have Paramount and Showtime to be able to watch it. And I was like,
Paramount Extra Super Plus.
Yeah, I was like, no, the entire reason I got the Paramount trial besides watching the new Beavis and Butthead movie and new Beavis and Butthead episodes, we also wanted Scream. And so we watched the Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, which is the new movie. We got caught up on some of the episodes that were out, and they were like, okay, we're going to watch Scream 5. And it was like, you must have Showtime. And I was like, wait a minute, what kind of racket is this?
I just caught it before they made that decision, so I'm glad I watched it before they moved it to Showtime.
Yeah, me too.
Because I only have Paramount Plus for Drag Race, All Stars. So I only care about that 4 months out of the year.
Nice.
But I caught it just in time before they made that Showtime decision.
Yeah, we did the Paramount Plus kept doing the 30-day doing the commercial where they had like the 30-day code. So that's what we did. And then we were like, and so I was like, I mean, yes, we got all this for free. And so I was like, well, Scream's not on here. We'll just come back late because there's like 22 episodes in Beavis and Butthead, and we got through the first 10, and they live like new episodes come out every week. So I was like, well, we'll just do like another trial like later when all the episodes are out. And then I was like gonna cancel, and they were like, do you want to stay for another month for free? And I was like, I mean, yes, but also put Scream 5 on here. Jerks.
I'm waiting because I desperately I'm gonna go like binge all the Star Trek content. But
there you go. Josiah, I'm not really a scary movie horror person either myself. No, because I don't. Some scary movies, I can deal with, but yes, I adore Stranger Things too. It is amazing, and last season was so good. And
yes,
I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for the series to end, but I'm also ready to see what's going to happen next.
Me too. I love that show. I am very proud to say I cried a lot during the finale, at least 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
Justice for Eddie. I still cried at those bats eating him, but I'm over it now.
You're over it now. Poor Eddie. He was the best.
I just got caught up all at once recently. So this year when they dropped season 4, because Bob was like, we should go watch it. And I was like, yeah, we should. And of course, there was a bunch of stuff in there that was very appealing to us. And I absolutely adore some of the characters. Like, they're obvious reflections of people. And so they're easy to cling to. And my sister at one point was, I asked her, because my niece hasn't decided even at this moment. I haven't heard. I'm getting worried. what she wants to be for Halloween, and 11 was on her list of things that she wanted to be on. And
amazing.
But I mean, I don't think that counts. There's a difference to me between like a scary movie. There's scary movies. There's horror movies. There's the Scream style sort of funny, like a creature feature or creature feature. Like I'm a big fan of Slither or something like that. Gremlins can be classified. I mean, Bob and I were debating this week. He's like, that's not a Halloween movie. That's a Christmas movie. And I'm like, it can be both.
It is both, but yes.
Yeah, I don't do just horror movies. I feel like it gives people ideas of things they don't need to be doing. And so I do not. Yeah,
I'm a big horror fan.
Yeah, I love the Scream series.
Hardcore.
I did go. We finally have gone back and started. Actually, we were just watching. I mean, I've seen it before. We've seen it several times before, but we were actually just watching Halloween before this happened.
And started watching a couple years ago.
Yeah,
and I was
so
like, you have to watch these movies. And then I told her to skip Halloween 3 because it's a big fucking waste of time. Sorry.
It is a big waste of time. So yes, we haven't seen. We haven't seen Halloween Ends yet, but we just watched Halloween Kills a few weeks ago, and it was. I didn't hate it as much as a lot of people seem to, but it was not. It wasn't that great either. So I don't have, and I keep hearing terrible things about Halloween Ends, so I have not rushed to watch it. So like instead of watching something like that last night, we watched New Japan before the Thursday night show, the Halloween edition of the night before the 44th Street Rumble. We went and watched them in their Halloween costumes instead, and that was probably way more entertaining than Halloween Ends. Is what I'm going to go with because they had fun costumes, and if you get the chance, Mel, you need to watch it because Tom Lawler was in costume with the rest of Team Filthy, and it was fantastic. I mean, there was the costumes throughout the show, but the Team Filthy one was you'll get the reason they did what they did when you see it, and it was great. Yeah, it really was a fun show. Just the main event was so much fun. Like it was ridiculous. Yeah, it ended up being like it was an elimination match, and there were like what was it, 12 people all together in that match? I think it was. It was crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah, so there was a lot of good stuff that happened, and then I'm really looking forward to watching the 44th Street Rumble from 44th Street, like the main show, because I've heard it was really good. And I know Brad, who is a regular viewer, I know he was there with Kathy and took her to her first New Japan show. And I did get to see the pre-show match that was Kylie Ray and Tiara, and they were against Mina and Waka, I believe, and hopefully I'm pronouncing their names correctly. But we had to watch it with Japanese commentary because it was on New Japan, but it was great. And I've never seen Kylie Ray play a heel before, and I've never heard Kylie Ray get booed before. So this is very interesting to see, but it was a really good match, and I'm excited to see the other Stardom matches because as much as I love women's wrestling, I'm really bad about I don't have a Stardom subscription, and I don't know about enough about them that I should. So I'm glad that Strong is going to give me that doorway into watching the Stardom women. And so I'm excited about that. And I'm really excited about the IWGP women's title that's going to be crowned next month. So that's exciting. So so that's what I watched instead of Halloween Ends.
I just want to give just incidentally about Doctor Who. We're working through the most current Doctor Who. Stu, we're almost caught up, so we've got them on HBO.
Oh, nice.
Plus, like the HBO subscription. Josiah had made mention of Doctor Who there in the comments real quick here.
Yes,
we were talking about streaming, but big Doctor Who fans over here. We're getting all caught up, hoping for. We've actually enjoyed Jodie Whittaker's run a great deal. So, Doctor Who it's perfect for wrestling fans. It's the perfect thing. If you're into sci-fi, it's like it's perfect.
Nikki and I have never watched it, but we have some friends who they had a Doctor Who themed wedding a few years ago, and it was very cool. I was like, I don't.
Well, that was their reception, but still.
Yeah.
Bob's 40th birthday, I think I did a surprise Doctor Who party for him. So it was a lot of fun.
Yes. Oh,
okay.
Gaza,
Okay,
thank
that
you
makes
for
sense.
thank you for reminding me. I
There's-
bookmarked that match so that it would not get lost in my notifications, and I still forgot about it. But it is. Thank you so much for reminding me about that. I will make sure. Maybe I'll check that out before I get to the New Japan show because I do have it saved in my bookmark so that I would not lose it. And thank you for that reminder. I appreciate that very much.
It's so weird. Like the streaming services are like, this has got this content in this country. I literally had to go look up Togi Makabe's entrance music eventually because they don't own the rights. I was like, what is the problem here? And I like looked it up on Twitter. I'm like, really? Because it sounds like a Led Zeppelin song. This is what this whole thing is over.
Of course.
Of course it's over a Led Zeppelin song. It wouldn't. It's like the Sympathy for the Devil thing when they play.
That's what I was just about to say. They're like, we're not Tony Khan. We're not going
to watch out.
Spend a bunch of millions of dollars for a song to use twice.
Cost every time.
Well, and my friend looked it up when I think it was a it was a Super Bowl commercial. They used Sympathy for the Devil and they paid like $1.3 million. And that was a few years ago. So I assume that Tony probably paid at least that, but probably more because it's been even longer.
Well, and you got inflation and shrinkflation and dogflation and monsterflation.
Right. All of the that is
they can like jack up. They can price gouge each other. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a horror film in its own. All right.
Let me try and talk, y'all. So Keela likes the Scream series.
We do too.
In her face. You guys are Scream series.
Yeah.
I am. This time of year, I love to watch Trick or Treat because it's a lot of fun and it's Halloween themed. It takes place on Halloween. It's one that a friend put forth to me. It's got Samhain in it, Sam, and I'm sure I guarantee you've seen like in a meme or a picture or something. Why would it scare you? It's not scary.
Was it the Cybermen? Was it the dialects? Which monsters got them? I need to know.
Was it? Me too. I need to know.
Yes, Josiah. TK is definitely all in. No pun intended. Yeah. Or maybe the pun was intended. I see. Okay, so apparently Josiah was also something spooked him too. Okay, so we'll wait for Dr. to tell us what it was that spooked him.
I didn't watch till I was an adult. I didn't catch on until I kind of caught on when it was really hot, when they were doing certain storylines and transitions. We got like the ass end of David Tennant and went into Matt Smith. So, I mean, my nerdery is broad, and I think of it as a open world nerd platform. That's kind of how I am. It's just an open world. You can wander around and there's the Doctor Who section over there. Come back to the wrestling section once in a while because you gotta get breaks. That's why Stranger Things and things like that are so much fun.
Right.
And I mean, but honestly, I like any horror movie. I like slashers. I like Critters. Like literally like the movie Critters. That's actually hilarious. Stuff like that makes me laugh. Slither is a hilarious movie. Jason X was like one of my all-time favorite just movies. It was, Jason in space. What else do you need? It's like it writes itself.
I'm pretty much a chicken when it comes to horror films, and I'm scared to see the Jason movies because of people's. I mean, not that you can't do the other stuff could happen in other cases, but people can hide in the woods, and that scares me. And I was like, I don't want to get caught in the woods.
So you didn't watch Blair Witch, I take it.
No, I did too. I saw it during the day.
Well, there you go.
That won't bother me.
I didn't really care for it. Okay. I thought that if I remember,
it's interesting that you buy the Jason, but the Blair Witch, you're like, nah, that's bullshit.
Because it just came off as really stupid.
Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of Blair Witch.
But I was traumatized by
I
was traumatized by Pet Sematary when I was like in the first or second grade. So like
that makes sense.
my little child brain couldn't like process what was happening because then I didn't really know it was a horror film because I was at somebody's house. And so I didn't watch horror films for a really long time because of that traumatizing me.
That I can understand that because that would be a scary movie to a little kid.
Yeah, it was really
I wanted to see that movie. I was probably a little too young to see it, but wanted to see it because I grew up in Southern Maine. Stephen King went to the same high school as I did, like the same building until I was a sophomore.
Oh, that's crazy.
He lived in a tiny town next to my smallerish rural town, and they didn't have a high school in there. They don't have a high school in their town, so they got bussed into our high school. It's just small, and so I've driven past like where he grew up. I have friends that live out there. Like it's hilarious, but they opened a new high school halfway through my high school era. So it was like we went to the same high school, but we only went to the same building for 2 years. So that's the spooky. That was actually perfect. That's a perfect story. So yeah, Mel and Stephen King went to the same high school. So
that's
nothing
awesome.
scarier than that. We've been to his house up north in Bangor where he has like gargoyles and gates, and he tries to make his house look scary. He lives in Great Town. Highly recommend Bangor. Big fan.
That sounds interesting. That's awesome. How cool is that?
There you go. See?
Okay, so Daza has a recommendation for us called Host, and it's a horror film set on Zoom. That sounds really interesting.
I've heard of that.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard of that.
Interesting. Thanks for the recommendation. But yeah, Josiah, and I get it too. I am a complete coward with horror movies and movies with lots of gore myself. Yeah. I mean, you know how. I mean, I've talked about how death matches stress me out. So
yeah, fair enough. It's not for everyone.
It is not,
and that is okay.
Yeah, it took me a long time to even watch. I mean, I probably would have eventually got around to the Halloween movies, but since she started them first, and then I guess it's not technically a Halloween movie, but people tend to watch it around Halloween, even though we watch it pretty much. It's great any time of the year, and that is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I don't do musicals, but I love Rocky Horror and I love Grease. Those are about the only two musicals I can handle. But
Rocky Horror is a good one.
I do love Rocky Horror. It's one of my favorites. So definitely, I haven't gotten it in this Halloween season yet. So I definitely need to get that in soon. And it's on Hulu, so I'm excited about that.
Oh, I get that. Okay. It's fair. It's totally fair.
I get it. Yeah, I get it, Josiah.
There was something that blew my mind a little bit. So Cody Rhodes did that show, that Go Big show, right?
Right.
And we actually watched that because Bob watches the stuff and I watch the stuff. And I mean, I blame it on him, but I end up sitting in the room, so I can't like totally take like zero responsibility.
Right.
But Cody would get totally this is like a guy who like bleeds himself like intentionally, right? But he would get so wigged out about like the people who would do like sword swallowing and and I mean I have friends who do this, but things like that, people that would do death-defying tricks, but anything that
Darby Allin and Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, but anything that was like body related, or it always amazed me how he couldn't handle like the sword people or the fire swallowing people or it's like, bro, you get in a ring and like can't wait to just bash your head against a ring and start just pouring blood out of your face, but you can't handle some chick swallowing like I mean I hate to keep saying it because of the innuendo, but it's just, I mean, it gets sideshow stuff, so stuff like that. I mean, I know I have a lot of good friends. Yeah, the carny stuff. I have a lot of good friends who would be in the alley who swallow, who fire swallowers and body mod people and
Right.
and all those crazy weird sideshow freak show things. But it was just really interesting to me to watch him having this show where some of the people that was like their talent, and then when they went big, they were like, here's a machete or something, or I'm like hovering over machetes, and Cody Rhodes is literally like hiding behind Snoop Dogg. Just hiding
that visual
him, like,
is hysterical.
Away. I was like, it's mind blowing to me. But I mean, it's like, okay, we all have our thing. Then it's like Heights was another one that got him.
Yeah. Wait, didn't that man climb on top of a steel cage and he did something? Didn't he do like
a moonsault?
Yeah, I was gonna say it was it was not even it wasn't even an elbow drop. It was a freaking moonsault.
He said,
I guess we should give him a little bit of a shout out there for doing something that he was clearly afraid of.
Yeah, I don't like heights either, but good Lord, that's insane. Yeah,
it was interesting to watch what got to him, because you would have thought nothing would have got to someone like that. Because and I guess what they do their
I guess there's also when it's him and he's in that situation where he's doing a moonsault off of a freaking steel cage, he's got adrenaline. Josiah. Well, he's got I guess it's the adrenaline.
Oh, fair enough.
And good for him for confronting his fear. Good for you, Cody Rhodes, because you wouldn't catch me doing something like that. So, he's like, listen, I'll jump off of a cage, but I'm not sticking a sword down my throat. He's like, that's one fear I'm not confronting. And listen, I don't blame you, Cody.
It's people are unique and wonderful. And that show was at least half interesting. It was kind of like a simple pleasure, weird, like, because it was a bunch of people who, that you would go watch that show. Like, at the end of the day, we all know that we would go watch all of those shows that those people are essentially pitching to a panel of people. But it's also like, no, that's dumb. Don't do that. What's wrong with you?
Right.
But keep doing it, because I kind of can't look away.
Right, exactly. It's a train.
That's why those slap fights will probably sell too many pay-per-views or something.
Probably.
People love a freak show.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about something else.
Okay. I don't know if James is going to be able to make it. If he does come, then we could ask him his opinions on this. So I don't know where this came from, but I came up with this scenario. And so we're going to say that you get to make a horror movie, and you have to cast these wrestlers in these roles. And so your cast is comprised of Orange Cassidy, Miro, Yano, Nick Gage, Abaddon, Willow Nightingale, and Bailey. And so I'll give you those names again so you can think about it. It's Orange Cassidy, Miro, Yano, Nick Gage, Abaddon, Willow Nightingale, and Bailey. So with that in mind, your first question is, out of those, who would die first in your horror film? Okay. We'll let Sister Nikki go first.
Sister Nikki, what have you?
I think Bailey would die first, because she'll probably do something stupid, and like she's gonna be all tough and strong, and then she'd do something stupid and have herself killed.
All right. Keela, who do you think would die first?
Poor Bailey. Ding dong, you're dead. That's just a sad, sad way to die. But I'm gonna actually go with Yano to go first.
Oh no, Yano.
Poor
he can
Yano.
Go. I mean, he fell into it.
Probably he would probably fall for like a ding dong ditch. Bailey would come ring his doorbell, and like he'd open it, and she'd probably like slice his neck or something.
And then she'll laugh about it.
Yeah, exactly. She'll taunt him for it.
You idiot.
Mel, who do you think would die first?
This is tricky, because the current Bailey, she's damage
Heel
control,
Bailey.
Right?
Yeah.
Damage control, that's the faction.
Mm-hmm.
She that Bailey I don't think would die first. But Hugs Bailey, She'd probably try and hug the killer. She'd be like, come on, man, I want to hug it out. And then it'd be over and it sucks. So it's like, I am going to go with Bailey, but hug Bailey only.
Only
not
hug
current Bailey. So
I saw with any type of Bailey.
I saw that Roxanne dressed as Bailey, as Hugger Bailey for Halloween. I saw her picture on Twitter yesterday. Josiah says that Toriano would try to break the person with a turnbuckle pad and then scream "Breaka" as he dies.
See? The perfect way to die.
Right?
And he'd be trying to sell us. He'd still be hawking DVDs all the way to the end.
Yeah,
he'd
that
be
would
like,
be.
But buy this DVD.
He would be waving his DVD as he died. Okay, so if
there'd be like a shot, the final shot, his hand would fall, and it would be holding a DVD, and then he would let go of it, and that would be the.
And then it would fade to black.
Fade to black. Yeah. Wow.
And then you would have to buy that movie on DVD.
Definitely would, because I'd watch that.
Okay, so for the next question, who do people, or who would you think, or who do people think is the murderer but is actually innocent?
Definitely not CM Punk. Oh, he's not on this. Oh, I'm sorry.
People judge Nick Gage all the time, so probably Nick Gage.
You're not wrong.
He has. I mean, leave him and his pizza cutter alone, okay?
Let him just hold the dog and take pictures.
I feel like Nick Gage has never lied about who he is.
Josiah is still on the first question. DVD, T-shirt, Yana Toro.
See what I started. See what I started.
Yes. I actually love it, Keela.
Maybe I should ask that question last.
I think that we can run with this.
Josiah's asking.
Dies.
Okay, Josiah's asking the choices of wrestlers again. So it's Orange Cassidy, Miro, Yano, Nick Gage, Abaddon, Willow Nightingale, and Bailey. And so the second question is, who do people think is the murderer, but they're actually innocent? Keela, do you have anyone who you think might be the not guilty party?
Wrongly accused.
Well, let's look at the profile of Nick Gage. Obviously, piece of cutter. He'll cut you. But let's not forget about Abaddon. She is literally a zombie that would eat you alive. But she didn't do it this time. She's innocent. She's an innocent bystander. Just because she looks like she likes to eat people doesn't mean she's going to eat you this time.
Right.
Exactly.
Maybe she found somebody better to eat.
Oh, Keela is in my head. Get out of my head. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, well, obviously it's Abaddon because they always pick on the goth girl. They always are like, well, it has to be her because look at her.
Yeah, exactly.
She looks scary and like all the stuff that Keela just said. That was like my immediate. I was like, oh, everyone's gonna blame it on.
Well,
I mean, Nick Gage is close.
Yeah,
he's a criminal, so
right, exactly. So people are gonna assume,
be like, oh, well, he did this. That means he's gonna do this.
Right, exactly. So Josiah said he would say people would think that Miro or Abaddon would be accused but be innocent. So it seems like Abaddon.
Abaddon is the prevailing winner of being wrongly accused.
Right.
Nick Gage gets an honorable mention on
him,
so.
Okay, so who out of these wrestlers, again, I'll give them to you, Orange Cassidy, Miro, Yano, Nick Gage, Abaddon, Willow Nightingale, and Bailey. So who of those is going to be the one to outsmart the killer?
I would probably say Miro or Willow. Probably Willow.
I could see that. I think people take her, they just assume because she's so positive and happy and all the time that they think that she would be gullible, and she would actually use her smarts probably. Keela, who do you think would outsmart the killer?
Definitely Miro, because he has a beef with God, and when you have a beef with God, that means you're smarter than everyone else, even the man upstairs. So he knows there's levels to this. Because he's been to the highest level.
Yeah.
He's got to protect his neck made of sand.
Yeah. He's going to, this man's been.
To the neck.
It does come back to the neck. Gotta have a strong neck.
Oh, those bridges.
And this man has been feuding with God for like a year now. And he's been beefing with him. Miro out here. I think I tweeted that when I think Miro came back or did something, and I was like, "This man's still beefing with God." All right.
I thought they worked it out, but no, like I still want to go up there and kick your ass. Like, wow.
Right, exactly.
You know what? I would totally pay for that. So sign me up.
That's the real pay-per-view fight of the year. God versus Miro.
Right. This is long-term storytelling.
That's a premium live event I would buy.
Right. Yeah.
Rumble in heaven.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
One match card.
Book it. Yeah, one match card. Book
you only need one.
Josiah said, I mean, usually when you have an argument with God, you lose. Speaking from experience as a pastor.
That's true. This is true. And he actually has legitimate experience. We can't argue with arguing with.
No. Josiah pretty much, yeah.
I guess that's
almost
the last word.
So then I guess that means that Miro cannot outsmart the killer. If that's what he can't, because he can't outsmart God either. All right. So
I already know my answer for this.
Okay. Well, and
wait,
Mel, did you want to? Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Wait, Mel, who do you think?
So who outsmarts the killer? I would say Orange Cassidy. I'm gonna give that one to DOC because I think that he'd be so cash that he just like no one would really notice that he was there. So he would pick up on all of the things that were going on and be able to like step in and take the whole thing down.
Yeah, and my guess for my when I was making these questions, I came and I really hadn't thought about it, but I think who outsmarts the killer? Actually, I had that it would be Orange Cassidy and Yano together would be the ones to outsmart the killer. Could you imagine that combination?
No.
Orange Cassidy and Yano. I think Yano probably would survive because of Orange Cassidy. He would probably outsmart the killer, probably maybe not by himself, but I think with Orange Cassidy, with them teaming up, they could. Josiah said he just walks around, gives a thumbs up, and when the killer came at him, he'd step out of the way and say, "What?" Which seems pretty accurate. Just whatever.
Kevin Kelly's monitor went out.
Damn those monitors. They can't get any new ones. Yeah, Josiah, I would love to see that as a tag team or match. I would love Yano and Orange Cassidy as a tag team.
Please.
I mean, as an opponent would be really as opponents would be really great, but also let them tag team first and then
there's room in the world for both.
Yeah.
We have plenty of time to go here.
Forbidden Door 2 and 3.
That's what I'm saying.
You're welcome, Tony.
Yeah. Those were free.
Yes.
And we know he's watching because he always watches Fight Game Media.
Okay. Yes. Josiah makes a good point. They are both in chaos. You know who else is in chaos? Sue. Should have put her on here. Sue would outsmart the killer.
And she has a getaway vehicle.
She does. See? Oh, should have thought about that. That's probably how Orange Cassidy gets away. Sue comes and picks him up. And that's how he escapes and outsmarts the killer because Sue picked him up to take him to Trent and Chucky.
Because you gotta give the people away.
And Danhausen. Yes, let's put them in the Yes, let's have that match in the G1, Josiah. Let's book this. Forget Ghetto. We can do this ourselves.
Folly can take a year off. It's okay.
Right. Josiah said Sue would make the killer cookies and he would repent of his ways.
Definitely.
Yeah, Josiah knows.
It's true.
He knows exactly how this will go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so happy that everyone is Club Sue.
Yeah, she's the best.
Team Sue.
And she would make her cookies and she would probably give him some of her sea art, or was it sea glass art that she makes? Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
She has her little Etsy store. It's so cute because Trent will promote it sometimes. She has and she's got a children's book that just came out. So she could read.
She is literally the perfect mother.
She could bake him cookies, read him a story, and she could send him home with some sea art. See? And then the Orange Cassidy. Yes. Okay. So now that we've got this, so if So who is the actual mastermind and our killer?
Well, I have somebody I was going to say.
Go. Nikki, you can go.
Orange. Think about Orange. Think about it. Orange is a damn mastermind of a lot of things.
This is true. He did debate Jericho about the environment. And he had all his facts.
He did.
You know, that's a good one. That would be a funny, like, him as the mastermind would be. He got him to do a mimosa match, for Pete's sake.
That is true, because he has the mind of a killer, apparently. He's going to drown somebody in the mimosa bath, mimosa pool.
What kind of psychopath comes up with, do you know how sticky and annoying that would be? I would have hated to be the ring crew that night.
Right?
Yeah, who wants? Well, and then that's like Abaddon's blood. Her blood is so like she doesn't do it anymore. But she used to have the blood like all on the stage, and then that maybe they were like, it's COVID times, so we're not doing that. But then again, it's COVID times, and John Moxley bites people, so
Well,
it's like maybe he's like, I'm vaccinated, but I'm like, we're still in COVID. Yeah, I'm like, y'all, we're still in COVID times. Please don't do that. Josiah says the killer really is just having a toddler tantrum, so Cookie's a nice story and tucked into bed would work. So
no jail time.
This is how she gets Orange Cassidy. She's gonna pick him up in her van to
take him home.
Right. Give him cookies, read him a bedtime story.
If it's Orange, does he like leave his sunglasses behind, or like a thumbs up from his people? Like that, you know how a lot of killers will leave a trait and stuff.
Yeah, I guess he does. Orange Cassidy would leave his sunglasses on. Toriano would leave DVDs everywhere. He would have a DVD next to the victim.
Maybe he'll leave denim.
Tie-dye. I want one of those tie-dye. I can't stop wanting one of those tie-dye.
Oh, those tie-dye
the warm-ups.
Yeah, their sweats that they have. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I think they asked them whose idea it was, and like nobody could remember.
I thought they said it was Orange's idea.
Was it Orange's idea?
I thought that's what they said, but maybe I'm wrong.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Tangent.
Yes. All right. So who's our mastermind, Keela?
All right. So you always gotta go for someone that you would least expect. I'm gonna go with Willow Nightingale, the one that smiles, the one that's happy, joyful. She's thinking about rainbows and unicorns. No, she's thinking about murder and blood and guts and just the worst kind of pain she can inflict on her victims. That smile is a lie. She's smiling about killing people. Willow is a killer.
I love this.
Keela has you figured out, Willow. Keela knows she's coming for you. She's sending the authorities after you.
I mean, like, serial killers, masterminds are usually like, their charisma scores are like 1 million.
That is true. And she
gets them through.
Yeah, and we've talked about she's like sunshine in a bottle. So she's got charisma in spades. She just oozes charisma, but apparently she's actually oozing killer instincts. Josiah said, kill them with smiles. That's exactly what Willow was doing.
She'll smile, pull out the butcher knife and just start, and then she'll smile some more.
Right. And then Josiah said, I mean, no one can be that happy all the time. If they are, they're clearly insane. So
that's why Bailey changed her profile of being a hugger. That's too obvious.
Yes. Here we go. Josiah said
Bailey's in on it with her.
Josiah said that
the two nice girls, they're like, we have fooled Joel, and now we own the world.
Damn you, Willow Nightingale. All right,
she sends Bailey out to hug people to death. I call it the hug of death. That's her new finisher.
If it is Yano, maybe it's like 4 people, because then we've got Yano who could kill. Well, he doesn't have the KOPW trophy anymore, but he could steal it back because it's Shingo that has it.
Yano would be my mastermind.
Yeah,
that's who I would pick as the mastermind, because I just think that he seems like a swerve where people are like, that guy's not smart enough, and he's too like
used to be apparently a
self-involved.
very serious dude back in the day.
Yeah.
And so he clearly just snapped and is the Yano we know and love today. But that original Yano might be still deep down inside. So maybe it comes out and he murders people with DVDs or with KOPW trophies, or he locks them in dog cages.
On the DVDs are actually deadly, like Yano spell, like The Ring. Like,
and then he played it for Orange Cassidy, and so
he like hypnotizes and Willow, you, and he's turning everyone into an army of people who will buy his merch.
Yes. Josiah said the Great Bash Hill Yano is dangerous and violent. See? So he could be our killer.
No one would expect Yano as the mastermind of anything.
Except awesomeness.
Well, I mean, of course, like when it comes to wrestling. But if we're making a horror movie.
So we've pretty much made everybody the killer except Abaddon and Nick Gage. Everybody, they all.
I know if Nick Gage was a killer, it'd be like a slasher movie. There would be no masterminding. He would have the movie would have started. We all would have been sitting in a room. Nick Gage would have grabbed the nearest sharp object and started stabbing everyone. Everyone would have scattered, and then it would have been like your classic slasher flick.
See, there you go.
Because I don't think Nick Gage would mess around. I think he'd just go straight to Crystal Lake that shit. So I mean, that's just my feels.
Josiah said the Chaos DVDs calls a phone call that warns you that you'll be assaulted by Yano taking you out for ramen, and Okada standing there confused. Bless Okada.
We love him.
We do. Oh, well, this was a fun movie. Apparently, I picked some good options.
Better than Halloween Ends.
Probably so.
That's what I've heard.
Oh, that was great. All right, do we have anything else we want to add to this movie?
I don't know. There's not a lot that's happened in wrestling, and
yeah, we had a pretty knock on wood quiet week, and we're gonna hopefully keep it that way, and we can focus on the Halloween goodness instead. We just had the some of them dress up in costume for the New Japan show on Thursday night, and that was fun. So let's keep it. It's nice to have a little bit of a break. I mean, there was some other stuff, but we're not going to talk about that this week. We're going to keep this Halloween themed only for our live stream. Oh, well, I guess that is. Oh, wait, hang on. Josiah's got some more for us. He says, speaking of Okada, he and Eddie Kingston had a conversation on the floor with Okada asking him if I heard that Okada asked if he could do what Amazing Red was doing in the ring, and Eddie violently shook his head no. And then Okada burst out laughing. I could see Okada trying to do some of that. And it was cool because Amazing Red did a code red. So that was fun to see. I popped for that.
That's awesome.
It's really great.
Okada he's the best.
Okada did. It was funny. Okada was standing up on the top turnbuckle, and somebody, because I couldn't understand what they said. I just heard somebody yell something out, and Nikki said that they yelled out Scooby Dooby Doo because Okada, if that's what
I remember.
Yeah. So it's like, shout out to that fan. Maybe it was a wrestler that was out there. I don't know who it was.
Fantastic.
It was great.
Because he used to do that to make fun of, who was it that he used to scream Scooby Doo to make fun of?
Josiah probably remembers.
It's I can't remember who it is now. Anyway.
Yeah, I've heard him do it, though. It's hilarious, and it makes me laugh every time.
A specific person that he does it for. It's like Zack Sabre or somebody. I can't remember. It's one of the younger guys. Not too much younger than him, because obviously he's only 31 or something.
But right.
It was just, I think it was for Will Ospreay.
Apparently, I missed this. Josiah said that Suzuki yelled, "I love you" to a fan before killing Jake something, and that was amazing too. How did I miss that? did give a shout because some of the members of the wrestling club were there for the third. I don't think they were there for Thursday and Friday, but they were there for the Thursday show. And I saw that Victor had made like a compilation video of like some of their reactions, but he had shown Suzuki shouted them out. He like pointed to them and like they lost it because he like recognized them or like gave them props. Yeah, it was great. And there was one kid who absolutely lost it when he heard Okada's music and saw him come out. He like I think his little soul left his body.
Oh, I get it. Believe me. First time I saw Okada was pretty special.
Yeah, that's what I told. I was like, I get it, kid. I totally get it. Yeah, those kids had such a great time.
I love that for them.
Me too. Yeah, I think they said Emilio Sparks got him hooked up, like got him in touch with Rocky, and then so Rocky was able to hook some of them up with seats, and they were like up in the balcony, and he was just like showing them throughout. And there was a few people that did the that gave them some attention. It was funny because they were yelling Moxley, but Kingston was the one who like pointed at them, and so they started shouting Eddie. Was really cute. Awesome. Oh, Josiah says that the fan yelled "I love you" to Suzuki, and Suzuki laughed and said "I love you" and chopped something as hard as he could.
Nice.
As he should. This is why
that's how he shows his love.
And that's why we love Suzuki, is because of things like that. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Suzuki versus Connors, because I didn't realize, like, I knew Connors' back stuff was like severe, but I didn't know it was to the point where it like could have paralyzed him, apparently. And like, and then he's like, okay, this is my first match back and I want Suzuki. And I was like, okay, but
I mean, I told her, I was like, Suzuki's probably one of the best people you would want to go for, because I was like, Suzuki's gonna protect him. Not saying that other people wouldn't, but Suzuki is such.
He's gonna protect him and still kill him at the same time.
He just won't mess up his back. He'll just kill him in another way.
Yeah. With a DVD.
If his neck's not strong enough, he'll kill him with it.
Well, yeah, strong necks and such. Oh boy. All right. So I think that about wraps it up for us in our first Halloween live stream. Because I don't think we can top that movie that we made.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I think we have to go out on that note between Suzuki chopping people. Oh, and Josiah says that it was incredibly violent in the best way. Hit hard in safe places. Suzuki is a super safe worker. See? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's been doing it for like 150 years in wrestler years.
So. Well, I'm glad. So we can see it. I think I'm going to try to get to that show tonight because I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah. So on that note, thank you to everybody who joined us and who will be catching us later on the replay. And thank you to Keela and to Nikki for coming and hanging out with us. And we're sorry that we missed James, and hopefully his power comes back soon, because it is no fun.
Keela, where can the people find your sweet, wonderful self?
Well, they can find me on Twitter at Lady Wrestling X, talking about the rap and GH sometimes, all things wrestling, WWE, AEW, a lot of fun on my feed these days. And I'm glad that we could all keep it oozy for like an hour and 10 minutes.
We did keep it oozy, and none of us can keep, we all broke character.
I couldn't help it.
Thank you.
I've been watching.
Thank you.
I've been watching SmackDown so much. It's just even more beautiful than ever.
Oh my god, that was incredible. Now we got to go to Waffle House
for the hash browns. Like,
yes,
Sami Zayn is the best. That is all.
He is, and I don't want it to end. Like, I was like, please don't turn on him or don't turn on Jimmy. Just let it keep going. Just let it keep building organically, because it's so much fun.
It's at the point where they need to be champions for the next 10 years, and I actually won't complain about any of it.
Yeah, me either. I'm happy. I would be fine with that. Right. And actually, that reminds me, Keela, I need to, Nikki and I also watched General Hospital. Yes. So I see, we got really behind on it, and I would see something. I'm like, I got to scroll past Keela's tweets because I'm going to see something. But we finally got caught up a few weeks ago, but we were like a month and a half behind. We never
picked up on that. And I had to tell you, I used to watch way, way, way back in the day. Like, I'm talking like when my grandma watched her stories, her program. in the afternoon. We started, my friend and I, we were probably like in junior high and started watching with her, and that was the one we got caught on to. So for years, back in the Luke and Laura days.
Oh yeah, Nikki and I have been watching.
Hilarious. I love it.
Our mom has watched for years and years, and I started watching
Doctor Who, General Hospital, the nerdery.
I started watching around the time that when they brought in Jonathan Jackson to play Lucky, and so like I've been watching for a very long time.
That's about the same time since I was 5 years old. My grandma had me in front of the TV. I was hooked ever since. So
yeah,
I'm helpless.
Yeah, I feel you.
I love it.
Like randomly, and then when I was about 9 is when I fully started watching, and I remember that because it was when Carly had Michael, and that's how I remember like for sure like how I was like really hooked into it, and I just wanted to marry Jason for like a really long time. I mean, I love Lucky too because look at him, but
Lucky was my favorite.
Now, which Lucky now? Lucky 1, Lucky 2?
Lucky 1.
Yes, the original Lucky, the OG.
Yeah, Jonathan Jackson, the original Lucky.
Oh, Jonathan Jackson. My sister had the world's biggest crush on Jonathan.
Same.
He's really hot.
Same.
She would drag me to every movie he was ever in.
Well, she's smart.
She's younger than me, so I would take her to them. She would insist on like as soon as I got a car, it was on.
See, there you go.
It's okay. It's awesome to be close to your sister, but you end up seeing a lot of weird stuff that you wouldn't see because you're 5
well,
years
luckily
apart.
Nikki and I are into a lot of the same things, so it works out for us.
Yeah. We are and we aren't. It's just where the thing lands, and that was all her. But hey, it's okay because I don't think he was in it, but I think like somehow Three Ninjas like ended up being something that we crossed over into that because
I saw the other day Sean Dean asked Nyla since she was the TBS champion if she could get Three Ninjas put on TBS because she would always tell Nyla. She would always tell Jade which movies she wanted on TBS, and so Sean Dean said he wanted Three Ninjas. Daza.
Don't yeah.
Nikki said it would be Ace, would be Cujo, not Larry. We're gonna end up having to get off here before we get in trouble.
Oh my god!
You're already.
I'm already on Tony's shit list.
Oh my god!
You are.
That's what my friend, when I told him that I was starting to write for another website, he was like, you're just trying to get all the press credentials so that Tony, if he tries to block you, you can just be like, here's my other press credential. Wait, there's more. Just answer me about the women's division and you won't have to ask these. I don't have to ask these questions.
If he fixed it, you'd stop asking him and then
if he would put Maria in creative like I've been asking. Right, exactly. And if he would just put Maria in creative like I've been asking.
No, she's a wrestler.
She could do both. Madison does both. QT does both.
God, QT's
on
way too much.
Yes, he does. He's always in these main events. I'm like, what are you doing? He even got to wrestle Shooter over in New Japan. What is happening? All right, yeah, let's end it now before we start going off on a rant. Tune in. You can tune into episode 37 for more on women's wrestling. And fix it. Or you can watch episode 35, episode 34. Quite a few other
whatever order they go in.
There's so many of them. But again, thank you for hanging out with us, and happy Halloween to those, or Samhain, or whatever it is that you, or just hanging out. And if you we hope that you have a good week, and make sure that you follow us on Twitter and Instagram. If you're going to be leaving Twitter, we're on Instagram as well at Powerbombshells. You can find Keela there, and then also over there on the Patreon, you can also find Keela there, and you can find some other great content. There's all, like we've talked about, there's so much wrestling so much different type of wrestling content over on the Patreon. There's also MMA stuff there. I think isn't there Cobra Kai stuff over there as well, I believe.
Oh yeah, yep. They just dropped that. I'm gonna be watching that. We cover everything right down to the like movies that involve.
Yeah, there's a lot happening over there, and it's only $5 a month, so definitely hit them up for that. And of course, subscribe to the Fight Game Media YouTube. We are closing in on, I believe, 2,400 followers, and so that helps all of us out, because even if you're not a Patreon subscriber, there's always clips to get you. If you watch those clips, I think it's going to make you want to subscribe. And we are, I was going to say we're exclusively on YouTube. We're also on Podbean as well. We will hopefully be upgrading to a better version so that we can get all the episodes up. But right now, there's a couple episodes up there. This one will be up there, even though we are telling you to come watch it, because you need to see what Mel has going on over here.
Thank you. It was worth it.
But yes, so thank you again for hanging out, and we will see you next week for episode 37.
Thanks for being with us, Keela.
Glad to be here. Had a great time. Take care, guys.
Have a good one.